in the middle of the night, like 4 in the morning, I pinned it kind of like a suicide mission, you know, like I don't really care. I hope I don't live through this. I'd lost so much blood that I kept dying. They kept having to bring me back. My whole 20s, I mean, was pills, 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 pills. I mean, as much as I could do, I ended up getting a prescription. I had that for years, had a fraud doctor.
Frank Katsulis. Did I say that right?
Katsulis.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
How long have I been like pestering you to come on the show?
At least a year.
But you're finally here. We finally get to talk and see what life is like, man. Life is like for you, because yeah, you've been dealt a pretty harsh hand.
Yeah, something. I mean, it's life. It's the way it is. But
yeah, how'd you end up here in Austin?
I took well, my wife was getting relocated down here. She works and we were actually going to try and do the thing that never works, the long-term separation. Like, I was going to stay in Kansas City and she was going to move down here, and if she liked it, then maybe I would come eventually. But I took it as hey, we need to make change, because what I had going on wasn't working. So I seen there was an opening and I just applied for it, and failed the interview horribly. The first time, I mean, I hadn't done an interview in 11 years, and I just bombed it. And I think if it wasn't for Andrew, the guy that actually hired me, I don't know if I would have got in. But I was like, I know how automotive manufacturing works. I've been at the Ford plant in Kansas City for, 12 years. I've been in the union. I know how it all works. I couldn't verbalize it very well. I was like, I know how it works. I know how to fix and do this and that and the other. But the model I came from is not really what it is. It's very different.
It's the inverse. Pretty much. You go from something super standardized and organized to chaos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's that organized chaos, I think, that makes us stand out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't have to jump through so many hoops like everybody else does, right? Like, if we want some kind of change or some kind of improvement, we can do it right here and now. We don't have to go up here and up here and up here and up here to get approval. Like, no, hey, is this a good idea? Let's try it. If every quality and everybody buys off on it, let's go. And that's what I do love, that part of it.
Yeah. So in Kansas City, you worked at Ford. For how long did you spend at Ford?
So yeah,
and you bought your truck while you were over there, right?
Yeah. I was there 10, almost 11 years in the union, in the UAW 249. And I started out just on the line, just a grunt, doing the worst kind of manual labor production you could. I took different positions from that. I went to like a utility, which is like knowing all the positions on the line, to a repair tech with like end of line repairs. If we build the F-150 and the Ford Transit van. So say if we build a truck but it doesn't start at the end of the line, gonna pull it off for repair, and I would diagnose and do that. Never really, not a lot of the stuff we do, but it gave me a lot of background in different kind of mechanical knowledge, kind of how to turn wrenches or diagnose or this and that and the other.
You came here because of your wife?
Yeah. So I followed her. Well, say what you want about a union, but it is a very toxic, for me it was a very toxic work environment. You can't get ahead, especially if like you're somebody that's very driven. I'm a very driven individual, and you've told me this before, but like, I'm so passionate to a T, it's almost a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
But you have to work next to a guy that could care less. He's just there to collect his 40 and he's out, and it was a lot of substance abuse issues, drinking and all this. Just the union wasn't for me anymore. You can't, it's not good for your family, especially the hours I was pulling. I was working like a swing shift where it was like Friday day, Saturday day, Sunday night, Monday night. That was my work schedule. and to have a regular life outside of that is crazy. It never works.
Yeah.
So I followed my wife down here. I have family down here as well, and I was like, I need a change in my career, in my life, whatever it is. It can be better than what I had,
Mm-hmm.
and so from that, I just we
Mm-hmm.
packed up everything we had in Kansas City and came down.
Yeah. So before working there, you had a positive outlook on unions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. My aunt was. I mean, so my grandpa drove for Teamsters. Both my grandparents
Really?
did. Yeah, they both retired from the Teamsters, and there was unions the best thing. And then my aunt retired from Ford after 30 years, and she's like, "Yeah, the union really takes care of you, and this and that." And they did me. They took care of me in ways I really needed. But it's also a very toxic work environment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you will have you know, it was nothing to say, "Hey, if I punched a guy out on the line, I just got to make sure I get out of there before security gets there. I'm off for 3 days, and I come back. I show up to work drunk. They're not going to be happy about it, especially if I get caught, if I hurt somebody. They're just going to send you to a 15-day outpatient rehab and send you back. I mean,
Wow.
it's a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
I seen seen an old boy's leg get ripped off by a forklift. His ankle. This lady was driving a forklift, and he's walking right. And he walks out from this dunnage where like she couldn't really see him, but she's flying. Walks out from outside this dunnage. He catches a forklift like one of the tongs right into his ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, damn near decapitated his ankle. And she was out for 30 days. She was out. She went out. She went out for 30 days. She completed a treatment program, and she came back. Of course, it was a different shift in a different department and this and that, but she didn't lose her job after dude really got seriously hurt.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of crazy stuff. You're like, wow, I don't know if I want to be a part of all that.
So the unions are good in the sense that I mean, you could probably kill somebody and still have a job.
Yeah,
So like
job
job
security,
security is basically
100%.
what the union is there for. But as far as being around high caliber people, it's not conducive to for that type of environment.
No. And the benefits are beautiful, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
my health benefits were amazing. I think after my motorcycle accident and being out for a year and then after the amputation and the rehab and having to learn how to walk and talk and all this, I had
Mm-hmm.
like a $1.4 million hospital bill. I think I paid like $100 for.
1.4 million.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, I had to do a lot of. I mean, I had to learn how to walk and I still have problems with my hands, but so you know how you can snap like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this one I can't. This bone came out of this arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's called compound fracture. And they put it all back together, pinned it all back up, and they tied what tendons they could. But still, I don't have, and it would just be days of just physical therapy, just learning how to do regular stuff, playing with a piano, putting a
Mm-hmm.
rubber band in your fingers, little stuff that we take for granted, right? But
Mm-hmm.
after all that, they took care of me. So I can never really talk bad on a union. They always took care of me and they said, "Hey, you got a job here whenever you're ready to come back."
Mm-hmm.
And I did. Eventually that was the only thing that like kind of brought me out of my stupor was going back to work, was being like, "Hey, I have something I have to do. I have to go and contribute to society,
Mm-hmm.
contribute to the world." Right. So I go back to work and I'm normal again. So I can't ever talk bad on them, like totally bad on the union, but definitely there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Room for improvement.
Yeah. You know,
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. And now coming into an environment where it's non-unionized and you get stock and yeah.
yeah. The stock is nice. All my RSUs cashed out. If I didn't take this job in Houston, I
Mhm.
wouldn't have anything else that's vesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did my whole 4 years. They give you, 4 years for it to pay out.
Hmm.
And mine was over the last quarter.
So when did you have your motorcycle accident?
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Okay. And before then, I mean, you were a pretty hardcore rider or what?
Yeah. We rode as much as anybody does. I don't think I was never in like a club or nothing like that, but on the weekends with friends, we'd go out and we'd go, God dang.
Fucked up.
We'd go out and we'd ride around the lakes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my family's always ridden too. So it's kind of like inevitable.
What got you into bikes?
I've always loved them. They're the coolest shit.
Cool shit.
Yeah, they're the coolest, man. I love them.
But it was because of family, or
Yeah. Well, so
movies that you watched.
So my mom always dated bikers, right?
Oh, okay.
We always had these biker guys always around the house when I was younger. Some trying to play stepdaddy, some really not. They could give a shit less. But
yeah.
I always thought those were the coolest, And then I was like, well, when I grow up, I'm gonna get a bike for sure. And I had them, I've had multiple bikes.
And how'd the accident happen?
So on my way home from work. No, I don't want to tell. I'll tell you the honest story. There's a lie I tell that makes it sound not so great, or makes it sound not so bad. But I'll tell you what honestly happened. Me and my first wife, that were together for 10 years. We had a kid together. We were kind of on the outs, fighting back and forth. And I rode my bike up to. I told her, I was like, we got in a big fight earlier that day, and all I had was my bike at the time because the transmission went out of my truck. And I was in the middle of rebuilding it. We got in a fight that day, and I took off on my bike. I was like, hey, I'm going to go stay at my dad's house for the night, just cool off so we're not fighting. And I hated fighting in front of my daughter, Packed a bag, took off to my dad's house, went to my dad's house and, text my friends, hey, what are y'all doing? And they're like, oh, we're going to the bar, we're going to get tore up and this, that. I'm like, all right, bet. Yeah, let's go do it. So I didn't ride the bike to the bar or nothing. My buddies ended up picking me up in his truck. And we go to the bar. We go bar hopping, and 1, 2, 3 in the morning, just out way too late. And I was also still fighting with my wife at the time, hey, this is, I want to come home because, you get drunk and you get sappy, hey, I'm sorry, we shouldn't be fighting. I want to come home. And I asked her, I was like, hey, can you come pick me up? All I have is the bike and I don't want to ride home. She goes, I can't come pick you up, unfortunately, but I'll leave the front door open because I ended up I threw my key at her and all this shit. It's like, you front door's open, come home, whatever, I don't care. It's like, okay, so my drunk, stupid mind, my friend drops me off at my dad's. My dad's gone for the night. He went on a hunting trip, so he wasn't even there. So I was like, I can make it, I can make it. It's not that far. It's not that far. I can make it.
Yeah.
I jump on the bike, and this is actually really far. It was 2 different counties I had to go. It was like a 45-minute ride on a 2-lane country road. I made it halfway. Stopped, put gas on my bike, and I knew then that I was too far. I should not be. I got off the bike. I was stumbling. And then I got back on the bike, and I started getting a crybaby, I don't care. Nobody cares. My wife's leaving me anyways. It's not working out, and
yeah.
And I just pinned it. I pinned it and ran off the road on a sharp turn. And they put these big.
What do you mean by pinned it?
Went as fast as I could.
Oh man.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, 4 a.m, I pinned it, kind of like a suicide mission, I don't really care. I hope I don't live through this.
Yeah.
And I went off the side of the road, and those big trailers they put in the middle of a highway when they shut a lane down? They have the arrow on it. Hey, go over. One of those was sitting on the side of the road, on that 2-lane road. And the turn went like this and goes back like this. I pinned it way too fast for the turn. Went off the road, hit that thing doing 80, 90 mile an hour. And I don't remember much after this, but I was, they said they found me laying in the middle of the highway, and they didn't know where my bike was, nothing. I guess somebody had drove by and called it in, and the ambulance showed up and scooped me off the highway. I coded twice in the ambulance on the way to the hospital.
It's just some random person was able to find
it's
you.
and
this is in the middle of the night,
and in
4 a.m.
a very rural country area. There's not even a lot of travel on this road at all.
So it's just by chance.
by chance, by grace of God, or whatever, your divine
Yeah.
spirit, or however you want to think of it. But yeah, I don't remember any of that. They transferred me to North Kansas City Hospital, Trauma 1, because of my injuries and the fact that I had coded. I had to do like a blood transfusion because I'd lost so much blood. Like
In the ambulance?
just on the road and the accident, everything, I'd lost so much blood that I kept dying. They kept having to bring me back. And I woke up like a month later, and they said I was like saying all this weird stuff and doing all this weird stuff, but my legs were all pinned together, my arms were all pinned together. I was in casts almost my whole body, from my left foot to my left kneecap. My leg was broken 17 places. From my kneecap to my hip, it was broken 3, and broke ribs. This arm had a compound fracture where the bone blew out. This arm was fractured, but it was just a cast, no big deal. And then also my right leg was also fractured, and my ankle. I was in cast it all up. And then I was just road to recovery after that. They tried the leg that was pancaked pretty much. They tried like hell to get bone growth and whatnot, but it just never took. And then eventually got infected, and they said, "Oh, either you're gonna die because you got gangrene going to your heart, or you got to lose that foot." And ultimately, that's what it came down to. About 6 months after the accident, they cut my left foot off.
To your knee, or?
No, so it's like halfway. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
right above where your ankle would be.
Uh-huh.
But they had to take the foot and the leg in the infected part of the leg.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I had to learn how to do everything again, like my motor function, like a lot of my speaking was like, I had a brain injury. They said they thought I didn't have a helmet. I never rode without a helmet. They're like, "Why were you riding without a helmet?" I said, I always ride with a helmet. They couldn't find a piece of my helmet that wasn't bigger than like a $50. Yeah, exploded, because they all thought I wasn't wearing a helmet because I had like road rash on my head and shit. I was like, "No, I had a helmet on. It exploded when I hit that sign." So that was a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you don't remember at all when you were dying and coming back to life?
No, I don't. I remember there was times when I was laying there, and they kept having to turn me, right? So if you're laying on a bed, and this is like common practice, you'll get bed sores if you lay in a certain spot for too long. So they have to roll you from side to side to give your skin like time to breathe, right? So you don't get a bunch of sores all over you.
Yeah.
And I would come to, right, like when they were rolling me, and I would just scream like, "Hey, don't, just leave me alone. Stop, stop." Just begging them not to, because I would like come to, and I would pass out from the pain because all my bones were broken, and they're having to roll me. There was like a week of that. I remember like coming to, like, "Hey, hey, hey, don't." Like sometime there'd be people in the room, sometime there wasn't, sometime there was. Sometimes my ex-wife was there, sometimes she wasn't. Sometimes my mom was there, sometimes she wasn't. I don't know. It was all like a very big blur until I finally actually woke up and was done with it. It was a wild time.
They didn't give you any like painkillers?
Oh, they did, but it just was too much. And and unfortunately, it doesn't, like, they couldn't give me the regular kind because I had substance abuse issues before.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like my DLC. My drug of choice was painkillers, pain pills, right? So going into this, I'd already had a really high tolerance, and they couldn't treat me like they would a normal patient. Like whatever you give a normal patient to, to settle their pain, they give me like triple for it to even work, just because I had a substance abuse issue prior to what happened.
Right. Wow. So you came in with already addicted to painkillers, and then obviously this whole experience didn't help with that whole
Oh
situation.
no, dude. Well, I mean, after it was like a license to write me whatever I wanted. I mean, it was chaos. And it helped for a little bit, but I knew it was going to be a problem. Like a month into the recovery and stuff like that, and I was already kind of like going through my medicine, like where I should be, like I should take it more than I should be, and all this, that. I was like, I'm gonna have to go back into a treatment program. I have to get dropped on every month. have to be accounted for and this and that. So
Drop down means someone comes and checks on you? Or?
no, like a drug test. So you
Oh,
go
okay,
into
okay.
like a facility and, like, hey, I'm clean. This is, and then you go to like a counseling meeting and then you go to like an AA or an NA meeting, and people hold you accountable. Like, hey, are you taking whatever pills you're supposed to, or are you not taking them? What's going on? Because I don't have any self-control. I really don't like with shit like that at
Yeah.
all.
Well, no one can.
I
Well,
really couldn't. Like,
yeah.
I'd already had a problem with it. And then they're like, here, whatever you want. Oh, you're in pain? Yeah, you just lost your leg. Let's give you whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to OD off this.
Yeah. And you were conscious of that?
Oh, yeah, I knew it was going to, I knew it was going to be a problem no
Mhm.
matter what. But eventually I went to another rehab, another outpatient program, and was like, hey, this is my issues. This is what I'm struggling with. Even though it looks like you could give me any painkiller and I'd be able to handle it, I can't. So I'm ibuprofen. That's it. We don't do anything more than ibuprofen because we can't handle it. I mean, I like it. I like getting messed up on it, but it's not good for anybody, especially me.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah, no, because I obviously, like, painkillers have been not just in the news, but I think in the culture,
Oh,
the
yeah.
American culture for a while now. Ever since they came out with what was it, like, not yeah, Oxy.
Oxy, yeah.
Oxy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The, what is it, the Sutter family?
The Sutters,
Talk about
Sackler,
the
Sackler
Sackler. There you
family,
go.
Sackler family.
That's a modern day epidemic, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, really, that is the painkiller. Just in my generation, generations before mine or ours, never dealt with something like this. Like, everybody's always had drug problems, right? Like, there's always been some kind of drug problem, but the level it is now and the way it's crippling lives and families and people, and it can be anybody. I mean, it could be a judge, it could be a doctor, it could be your mechanic, it could a nuclear scientist. It doesn't care, dude. It'll kill anybody. Anybody that takes it, anybody that even has no control, doesn't understand that it's a modern day epidemic, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When did you, like, realize that you have a problem with substance abuse? Or, like, how did you get started actually with painkillers?
Oh, that's a crazy one. I was always really, especially through my teens, and I was really like, I don't do anything but drink. I hate drugs. My mom was kind of a drug addict. My dad was too. And it's always like either you hate him for it or you join him, right? But I was always like, no, I'll never do that stuff. Never do that, never that. Well, I ended up, I tried after I graduated high school, I was a diesel mechanic. And then I did that for a couple years and it wasn't going good. So I ended up dropping out and I was like, I'm going to go to college, right? So I moved down here to Texas, went to Tarrant County Community College, the same one that Post Malone went to.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The same college Post Malone went to. And then I made it a semester and a half, partied my ass off, dropped out, right? Went back home or went back to Kansas City. My stepsister, my oldest stepsister's a nurse, or she was a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, I know you're kind of you're couch surfing. Why don't you come live with me and I can get you a job? I was like, doing what, And there's a lot of people don't know this, but I was a CNA at one time.
Mm-hmm.
A CNA is like somebody like takes care of elderly people.
Yeah, certified
Nurse's
nursing
assistant, yeah.
Wow, that's I had an ex-girlfriend who was a CNA.
Yeah. So I did it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it started. She was a nurse, and she had a pill problem too.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was literally one day I was like, hey, do you have Tylenol or something? My back's killing me. Because being a guy in an all-dominant female workplace,
Yeah.
I was the guy that always had to lift people in and out of bed,
Oh yeah.
right? I'm always the one that picks you up out of your wheelchair and puts you in the bed, or vice versa. Whether you're a 100-pound little lady or a 300-pound handicapped man, I'm the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no other bigger person on the floor than me.
Yeah.
I hurt my back doing that. It was just like, hey, you have a Tylenol or whatever. And unbeknownst to my, no offense to my sister or nothing, but she didn't know that I would struggle with this as much as I did.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I have a strong Tylenol, like a hydrocodone, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Took one and I was like, wow, that's amazing. My back doesn't hurt. I'm the best employee. I'm so great.
Oh, wow.
And then it for years, my whole 20s, was pills, 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 pills. As much as I could do, I ended up getting a prescription. I had that for years, had a fraud doctor that would write you whatever.
Oh,
And then I ended up going to a rehab. I'm like 25. And then from 25 to 28, I was sober, kind of struggling every now and again. I'd relapse, but I was usually pretty clean. And then with 27, when I had my accident in 2017, it kind of really screwed me up for a couple years after that. I'm still struggling with, hey, I love pain pills and they'll give them to me, whatever I want. And that being strong enough to say, no, don't take them, don't do it, is something I struggled with for a while. I've been in recovery for, I guess, 5.5 years now. I don't have a date that like most people do, but I just
yeah.
know
You
when I
don't. You
finally.
don't do the AA with
No,
the
I don't do
chips
any of that
yeah.
stuff. And I know it's good for some people.
Mhm.
For me, it's not, because I'll see somebody or I'll call them out when they're lying. I'm like, dude, you're not sober, dude.
Mhm.
I can see you. I know what it is. And it, like, being around that shit triggers me. I'm
Mm.
like, dude, this guy can go get high and everybody thinks he's a great guy because he's in here in NA and he's doing good. Why can't I? And that just triggers me. So I don't do it.
Yeah, you can't deal with hypocrisy.
No, I can't at all, dude. I'll call you on your bullshit so quick. I was like, I can't do it. So that model never worked for me, but it works for other people. So I don't ever down talk it or nothing. But yeah, 5.5 years sober.
And that's just been just your own willpower.
It was a lot of. I went to a back one summer. It was my new wife, my current wife. She's not giving up on me. She met me when I was still in kind of the midst of addiction a little bit. She's like, she says, I could see a diamond in the rough, right? She's like, I knew there was problems, but I didn't think it was something I couldn't handle or whatever. And we got married like 3 weeks after we met, dude. It was the craziest thing.
Wow.
Yeah. But I kept messing up. I'd have like stints of sobriety and then I'd mess up. And then I'd mess up so bad. She's like, do you want to go, you need to go to treatment. And I was like, okay, I'd go. I spent a whole summer, 1 year in treatment. I went to a 90-day thing, came out 1 week, messed up, went back, another 90 days, came out a week and a half, messed up, and went back. So after I lost a whole summer and I came out, I was like, I'm not going to do any more rehabs. And so I didn't, because I know what happens before I go to the rehabs. I just didn't do that. I just quit taking pills. And then the work environment too was part of it, right? Because everybody I worked with, they all partied. Everybody takes pills. Everybody gets drunk. Everybody does all that. And I love drinking too. I'm what they call like a California sober. So maybe I'll smoke weed and I drink, but I don't do anything other than that, right? But that work environment too, it's like everybody is always on, Adderall or pain pill. It's just, everybody works on something. You can get it, talk to a couple people, you can have whatever you want. So that's when I was also like, hey, I need to get out of this work environment. And then, it was a good way for me to do that as well. Kind of get away from that toxic work environment that I was stuck in. So that was kind of ultimately what kept me clean and sober.
Wow. So your now wife had a lot to do with it as well then?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Before I got married, I always had this question of like, what do people, like do guys actually fall in love? Like, is that possible for a dude? Like, enough so that where he commits his whole life to like one girl? Because at the time, like, oh, you just around here and there and whatever. And I'm like, well, this seems like a cool life. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do I want to settle down?
Yeah.
Obviously, my whole perspective on that has changed. But like, what caused you to say, you know what? After 3 weeks, this is a gal.
I'm not even sure it's the greatest thing nowadays. We still fight a lot, but we still fight a lot. We still have issues that we need to work through, right? But at the time, I was kind of still in my addiction, right? and I was kind of using people, right? Like, hey, this female is very financially responsible. Hey, she has this and that and this and that I could maybe benefit from, whether it be in my addiction or in regular life, right? Like, I used people, right? So we got married because she got pregnant.
Mm.
But then come to find out, she couldn't carry.
Oh,
She couldn't carry, couldn't carry. The only reason we have our son now is because we did IVF.
wow. Okay.
Because she'd always lose it early in the first trimester. She would always have a miscarriage, whatever.
Wow.
But I flew down here to Texas to ask her grandpa's hand in marriage 3 weeks after we met because she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of
Wow, you still went through the whole old fashioned.
yeah, I
Like,
did
hey,
it.
can
You
I?
know, I'm
Wow.
respectable. You know, maybe not, my mind's not always right, but I try to do the right thing. You know, I try.
Yeah.
A for effort, right?
A for effort, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, no, she never gave up on me. So I mean, that's good. We still have issues to work through, 100%, like everybody. But
Yeah.
I think me being sober definitely. And now that I have a 3-year-old in the house now,
Yeah.
and I'd never do him like that. I always tell him I would never be that strung out asshole again that didn't have money to buy him food or toys or whatever he wanted. Right? The kid gets spoiled beyond belief. He's
Mm-hmm.
my only son. He's gonna be right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told her I was like, I would never not be there for him like my father did to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, you ever heard of generational trauma?
Yeah.
Like how just generation after generation, one does to the other, does the other, does the other. I want to
Mhm.
break that. So that's where I'm at.
Wow. And do you think, because you have a daughter as well, right?
I do. She's 15 years old. She's with her mother in Kansas City, and I haven't seen her since COVID actually.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Was COVID tough for you too, or what?
Yeah, especially when I was still in the midst of addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sit at home all day. I had a pocket full of money, nothing to do. You know, you couldn't go to work, you couldn't do nothing, couldn't do this and that. I watched Tiger King like everybody else did. But other than that, man, there's not a whole lot of distractions. So just, old habits and old ways. I fell back into my old ways,
Yeah.
and then end up doing another, treatment program at the end of COVID just to to get past that hump, just to
Yeah.
kind of get me back on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. It seems like that specific situation happened to a lot of people.
A
Like
lot of people.
COVID scared a lot of people, and COVID like affected a lot of people, and like the virus itself, I guess. Some people feel some type of way about it, but I think the biggest problem during COVID was not the virus itself, but the the reaction
The
to it, the
reaction to it.
government reaction to it, the
100%.
societal reaction to it, the whole thing with the mask thing, the shaming, the excommunicating from families for like it was the number it separated a lot of people. It disconnected you from humanity, from society, really. And when you do that, then you like you said, most people just fall back into, because you're at home, you feel safe. You're like, yeah, I mean, in my home, I can do what I want.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. I'm good. No,
Mm-hmm.
it tore down society quick.
Mm-hmm.
So many companies folded, right? So many people just the government didn't handle it well at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did the best they could.
You think so?
Maybe, I mean, the best they thought they could, right? There's always room for improvement, but it really threw a wrench into there's not one person I know that wasn't affected one way or another, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
either financially, career, relationship, it's always something. And there were so many people that were just on the edge of making it every day. We're like, hey, we did good today. We're gonna try again tomorrow, right? And then the false bottom happens. The floor falls out from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, oh, now I don't have work I can go to. I don't have my grandpa I can talk to because he won't let me in the house because he thinks I'm gonna kill him.
Mm.
It's like it's that thing. Or, oh, my aunt won't talk to me because I don't want a vaccination. All that shit, it weighed on a lot of people for sure.
Yeah. To this day, I see some people still wearing masks inside their car.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. Why would you? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's fear. I think it's fear, compulsion. Just yeah. Imagine being a germaphobe, dude.
Oh no, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I could not imagine. Uh, to me, it's like one of those things where I've lived enough life that I know, like, hey, if this and this and this and this didn't kill me, I'm not really worried about it. COVID. But there's people I got to think, that have never really had so many different life crazy experiences that they don't know like they're strong enough they'd be fine. And the only people that are really affected were infants and elderly that were already having some kind of issue,
hmm
right? That were already kind of sick or with COPD or on oxygen or whatever. Then they got it, and if you already have a messed up immune system, right, or you're already trying to fight something else, and then COVID hits you, you're gonna have complications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was definitely not sold that way. And any other remedies apart from the vaccine were kind of suppressed.
Oh, 100%.
Not just kind of suppressed; they were kind of demonized.
Very, very.
I remember when Rogan first got like he was on he took he made this like video when he got sick. He's like, "Oh, I'm sick. I got sick like 3 days ago. Took some ivermectin and some other stuff and feeling pretty good now." And so it was like a good story, right? Then I see that same video that he posted on
Yeah.
Instagram on CNN, but like he's all discolored. Like CNN put this filter on him to make him look super
Yeah.
sick. And
Dude, they threw him on. They tried.
dude, that's when I realized everything's a lie. Like
Mhm.
CNN's a lie, Fox, like this mainstream media, like not even mainstream media because there's so much media now, podcasts. Tucker Carlson's on
Oh
has his
yeah.
own podcast. He's no longer on Fox, but at least these established institutions that for so many years we've all relied to get our facts, our news, like what we would assume is the truth happening around us.
And it's all yes. I 100% agree. Right.
hmm
And when they did that to Rogan's never had a fight either way about it. He just will tell you like, hey, this is what I did. He took vitamins and ivermectin, and 3 days he was feeling a little like maybe a cold, but that was it. And the amount of backlash he got they tried to pull his podcast. They shadow banned him on YouTube. Spotify almost dropped him. Like, it was a really big deal. And he's like, he really didn't even do much. He was just like, hey, I'm not a doctor. He always says, he's like, I'm not a doctor, but I got some doctor friends. And this is what they suggested. Right. And it wasn't that bad. But other people you see, they're scared to death. I'm a realist in that way where also, like you, I learned it was all kind of fake. You're like,
Mhm.
everybody's bullshitting.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own directive. Everybody's trying to get money or get this edge over somebody or something. Nobody's going to tell you the truth, really. You got to obviously you got to read through everybody's bullshit to kind of find your own truth, right? But when all your mainstream media is spewing all this bullshit all the time,
Uh-huh.
and then Big Pharma is just cashing out, dude. They're making cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who
Big
would you
Pharma.
consider to be in Big Pharma?
Who do I consider to be Big
Mhm.
Pharma? So obviously vaccinations, right? Especially when people are being forced to take vaccinations,
Yeah.
right? And the pill mills, like the Sutter family or Sackler family, right? They're Big Pharma. Insurance companies, they're Big Pharma. Doctors with their own directives being financially incentivized to push certain drugs. That's Big Pharma, right? And then I guess that's who I believe is in Big Pharma, and I believe it's all kind of a bullshit. Even with my own struggles, I know that Big Pharma doesn't want you to be cured of your addiction.
Mhm.
They just want you to be addicted to something else.
Mhm.
So they give you like, especially like in my own case with opiates, right? Uh, they'll suggest you be on methadone or Suboxone for the rest of your life, or Subutex or whatever, something they still get paid for, whether than you'd be actually clean
Mhm.
and actually sober.
Yeah, it's no longer the healthcare system, it's the sick care system.
Yeah, the sick care system, and it's disgusting, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with just being okay and drinking some orange juice, right? Why do I always have to have some SSRI and some other medicine I always need that affects my body? It affects you no matter what, whether you want to believe it or not. I've never had somebody that could take an SSRI or anything and say, "Oh yeah, it doesn't affect me." Your body doesn't react like it normally would if you
Mhm.
weren't taking that. You think it's, for your depression or your anxiety
Yeah.
or that, but it's
Yeah, I was always told that, like, depression is, like, this chemical imbalance in your brain, and they would tell me, oh, well, that I would hear that, these pills are supposed to correct that imbalance, and now you're balanced, and now you're good, you can tackle on life, and all these, commercials that you see on TV where it's like, initially, they start off looking all gloomy and sad, and then they take those pills, and now they're with their family, they're playing
oh
soccer or basketball, whatever, but I kinda realized that these guys really don't know what these pills do to you.
fuck no, dude. I'm telling you, if I could take a depression medicine and dunk like a 6 foot tall black guy, dude, that is the way to go. No, it's not. They don't know what it does. Long
Yeah,
term effects of any of this shit. They don't know.
yeah,
You know, it's all bullshit. It's all for them to get paid in some kind of way.
mhm.
And like you said earlier, it's curing the sick, right? It's not healthcare anymore.
It's not curing the sick, it's just, making the sick giving the sick the illusion that they feel better.
There's a better way to say it. I've heard that they're treating, how do they say it? They're treating I lost it. They're treating the they just said it too. Theo Vaughn said it. And I was like, that is 100% true. They're treating the issues you're having rather than trying to fix.
Like, they're not getting to the root cause,
No,
it's all
100%.
superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're treating your symptoms of whatever other issue you have
yeah,
rather than just trying to get you away from all that.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like someone who, eats a lot of cake, Oreos, whatever, and then they get to the doctor and, "Oh, you have heart problems, high blood pressure. Here's a pill to help you with your high blood pressure. Here's a pill to help you with your heart problems." But, I mean, what did I don't last time I went to the doctor, I don't think the doctor ever told me, like, "Hey, you should eat healthier."
100%, right? You know how many times I've heard that you could be on blood pressure pills the rest of your life, and that's okay. I'm like, well, maybe try to be a little more healthier. Maybe I go to the gym and I get my blood pressure down so I don't have to take blood pressure pills. You think that can be a fix? Well, it doesn't happen with a lot of people. If you're on blood pressure pills, you're probably going to be on the rest of your life. I'm like, dude, that's not the answer. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had to come see you every month for the rest of my life to get these blood pressure pills?
Mhm.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to try to fix it myself or try to lower my blood pressure,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this interview, Rogan did with them, and, Tucker also did a interview with them. Their names are Casey and Callie Means. Have you ever heard of them?
I believe so, but refresh me.
One of them, they're brother and sister. So, Callie, Callie is the dude. Casey is the girl. The Casey, she went to Stanford, graduated to be a surgeon, and then went to go practice surgery, but in a specialized field. Because apparently, when you become a doctor, especially a surgeon, if you want to make like good money and be able to pay off all your
Mhm.
medical, all your school debt, you have to go into a specialty. Like, let's say if you just want to
You
work
can't be
on
a general
noses.
practice doctor. You have
No,
to
yeah.
have your doctorate. Yeah.
Mhm. And that's what she kinda fell into is like, oh, she's doing well, she's getting all the accolades, everything, and then she gets into her specialty, she starts getting patients, she had one patient come in with, some problem, and she's like, "Oh, well, I can fix this with a surgery," and then she did the surgery, and then she leaves, and then she comes back for the same problem, like, 2 or 3 years later,
Mhm.
and she looks at her record, and she's like, "Well, wait. Like, why do I have to give you surgery again for like a similar issue?" And
Mhm.
so she started realizing this, am I actually fixing people or am I just kind of putting a Band-Aid on there so that they could come back eventually?
Mhm.
And she started feeling like really, um, she started facing it in a very, like it started to affect her morality, I guess.
Yeah.
And so since it started affected her, she did something crazy. Someone who is young, is in a great field, making money, and like she has her, like she's on a great trajectory career wise. She decides to leave her practice and quit
Both.
the whole thing. Like all her school, she's just not going to practice surgery anymore. She pivoted from practicing surgery to looking into nutrition, to like what actually causes these failures in the human body system, which up until like this point, like humans are kind of like our physiology, like we're kind of, there's a perfect design to how we function
A
as
100.
humans. And it really, like, where does our energy come from? What makes me be able to move around and talk to you right now and have a
Mhm.
conscious mind? Yeah, my heartbeat, but like, what makes my heart beat?
Mhm.
Like, I'm not connected to a battery or a charger that charges me up so I can do whatever. What's giving me energy is what I'm putting in my body. It's what
Mhm.
I'm consuming. It's the water, the quality of the water that I drink, the quality of the food that I drink. And then she started to realize that, oh, hey, even like fruits and vegetables, like you would assume that those are healthy for you, but then you realize that a lot of these foods and vegetables, they're sprayed with all these carcinogens to help them grow so that bugs don't mess it all up and kill your crop. But that all that shit that they spray on there, that shit doesn't wash off.
No, 100%. Do you know what diverticulitis is?
Never, I've never heard of it.
So
No.
I've known 2 people personally that have had this, and it's a wheat allergy.
Oh.
Okay, so, like, wheat's in everything, corn, bread, everything, right? It's due to the normal wheat would be fine, but the wheat that's grown with all these extra pesticides that you're speaking of, or all this stuff that either makes the plant grow better and bigger yield for the farmer, or something to keep the bugs away, or whatever they're doing to promote this growth of the plant, the corn. It's having a adverse effect on people, giving them a gluten and wheat allergy.
Hmm.
And it's a huge rise. And I've known 2 people personally in my life that has this. And it's because of what's in the wheat. They can go elsewhere. I'm not saying down the street. I'm saying like outside the country and eat bread or pasta or corn or all the stuff they can't eat here.
Yeah, I hear about this when
And
people go
they're
to Italy.
fine, bro.
Yeah.
They're fine. My stepmom was fine. She never she didn't have an issue with nothing she ate outside of the country. But the stuff that's being served here, it I mean, really, she can't do it. Like it's a diagnosed issue that she can't have any bread or pasta or corn or anything like that due to this diverticulitis that I believe is direct result from what's being put in the crop.
Hmm.
And whether the farmer knows that they're doing it intentionally or not, I don't think. I think the farmer's trying to get the biggest yield, the biggest crops they can, because the farmer's also struggling to support his family, right? So he'll do whatever he can to get the biggest yield. And unintentionally, it's actually hurting more Americans than anybody knows.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I think a lot of people are starting to, I mean, people did realize this. People did start to come to this, especially the moms, because moms are like, they care about what they feed their
Mhm.
kids. And this whole coalition grew around this idea that, hey, the food that we should be eating should not be making us sick, especially the healthy stuff. This is what MAHA was all about. Have you ever heard of MAHA?
No, what is it?
So it's Make America Healthy Again.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen me wearing this green hat or like this Kennedy, uh,
That's
Robert F. Kennedy.
RFK's thing, right?
Yeah, RFK's
I'm
thing.
a fan of him. I
Hmm.
really like him.
Yeah, and so he started running on this idea that, hey, we need to fix like not just the agricultural system that we have, because I mean industrial, like the whole meat packaging stuff, like that's a whole different animal as well that needs addressing.
100%.
So that and the healthcare system, like that was his like main focus. That and like government corruption with the CIA, NSA. Obviously, he has an intimate knowledge of all that since they killed his dad
Yeah, yeah.
and his uncle.
He's the biggest, like he has the biggest interest in that,
Yeah.
right?
So he had all this like trust of people that, hey, like obviously these people killed his family, and like he should be the guy that has that chip on his shoulder that does go in there and actually affects change. And obviously the Democrats kind of like dipped around with him a lot,
Always, yeah.
and so he eventually started running independent, and then they really went after him. His family just like disowned him,
Mhm.
and it got real bad. But I really believed in him, and when he decided to drop out, I was sad. But as soon as he decided that, uh, Trump got shot.
Yep.
And when that happened, obviously,
One of 3 times.
one of 3 times, yeah. And this instance was at Butler, Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
And that's when I was in Mexico at the time, and I was taking a shit when I heard the news. And
Yeah.
while I was taking a shit, dude, I saw the news and I got a little emotional, dude.
Mhm.
Can you imagine getting a little emotional while you're mid shit, dude?
That's weird, dude.
It just
I've never cried and shit at the same time.
never.
That's a bad day.
It's a really bad.
I'm clocking out,
I'm
dude.
clocking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so this is so MAHA became a thing once RFK joined the Trump coalition. Instead of it just being MAGA, Make America Great
Yeah.
Again, they coined the whole MAHA thing,
Mhm.
and so it was all on the up and ups. It's like, oh my gosh, like Trump is like for this stuff too. There's hope. I felt hope. I feel like a
Yes.
lot of people felt hope.
Yes.
And then he's in there, and now I hear that they're not doing anything about it. Not only that, he just signed an executive order to mass produce glyphosate, which is the stuff that they spray on this stuff.
Yeah.
And
But who does that benefit? The glyphosate. Does that benefit
Bayer?
Bayer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who?
It's a German company.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But who wants the glyphosate? Is it the farmers or?
Well, I mean that is
Who's the biggest? Obviously, Bayer, right?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the manufacturer.
Yeah.
But who else benefits from that? Why would they sign in that executive order?
Well, do you know Monsanto?
I don't.
Okay, so Monsanto is probably one of the most evil organizations of all time, but it's a really, really old company. They started selling seeds, and not only did they sell seeds for farming and corn and all this stuff, they actively went to the government to try to pass laws to where they have a monopoly on the seed production. So if farmers here in America, if they don't buy the Monsanto product, the Monsanto seed, and they use some other seed, Monsanto has the right to sue that farmer
Wow.
and I mean either take over his land or
Mhm.
he has to use the Monsanto seed. Now the thing with the Monsanto seed is that in order for it to grow and prosper, it requires you to spray it with glyphosate.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the farmer, his only option is to buy that one seed,
Mhm.
or he's legally subject to losing his whole
Yeah.
everything he has.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening.
Yeah. Very.
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 Imagine being a farmer that is like they rely on this evil company for their livelihood.
Mhm. And they have to. I mean, they have to push it because that's all they know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you'd think that's all they know. That is very disheartening.
Yeah, and the thing that's also happening is that now the soil here in the U.S. the soil is also starting to deteriorate,
Mhm.
and because these plants that not these seeds that Monsanto sells, like only those seeds can grow. Like even if they wanted to use the seeds, they have to put a lot of a lot of extra effort to make these other seeds, these other types of seeds, to be able to flourish in the environment that we're in the soil, in the topsoil that we have. Because
Yes.
that was another thing that RFK was super huge on trying to harp on.
Yeah. Well, you seen what they did with the SNAP benefits, right?
No.
Well, the whole that was one thing he was really pushing of
Trump or RFK?
RFK.
Uh-huh.
the fact that if you are on government benefits like food stamps,
Oh, you can't buy sugary
yeah, you
drinks.
can't buy all this crap, this
Mhm.
really bad stuff that's bad for you and bad for your family, stuff you shouldn't be buying anyways.
Mhm.
I thought that was a great thing.
Yeah, I thought
I
so too.
support that, and a lot of people don't.
Mhm.
They really hate that. I'm
Mhm.
like, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You should be eating that shit anyways, and if you do, you should buy it on your own dime.
Exactly. I mean, if the government is gonna pay for your food, at the very least, it shouldn't be poison.
It should not be poison. No,
Yeah.
shouldn't be bags of chips and cookies and pop and energy drinks.
Mhm.
I remember that was a big thing back in the day was no energy drinks. You couldn't buy energy drinks on food stamps. So
Mhm.
in Kansas City, I've always my mom with her struggles has always been on food stamps,
Mhm.
but they had a hustle where they would go and buy cases of Monster and Red Bull, and
Mhm.
they'd take them to like something like the flea market,
Mhm.
and they would sell them on 50 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
And so she could make the money, so she could make cash for the food stamps. That
Yeah.
she should have been buying food for the children in her house,
Yeah.
but it kind of went the other way.
Yeah.
Where, so she could make money or she would sell the food stamps or whatever. But that was a big hustle. And when they came down with the law, no more buying energy drinks with food stamps,
Mhm.
it upset everybody.
Yeah.
But this is like on a times 10 level, and I think it's great. I'm like, yeah, I support that 100%.
Yeah.
You're getting upset because you can't buy a bunch of shit for your kids they shouldn't have anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to be able to, because I'm sure there's other ways to hustle the
There always is.
system. Yeah.
There always is, but there's only there's only so much regulation they can put on it
Mhm.
before it's personal responsibility, right?
Mhm.
The government can say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this, but really, you shouldn't be doing that anyways, and then that falls under personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, man, this whole like election cycle kind of it made me so hopeful, and then just come crashing down to,
Yeah,
oh
same.
wow,
The fact that we're in
there's a lot of
Iran
evil.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that we're in Iran, and Trump is like attacking like these America First type people, like Thomas Massie. Do you know who Thomas Massie is?
Yeah.
Thomas Massie is about to go through his election here in Kentucky, and Trump is backing his opponent, who's a nobody. He's just the Republican Party just kind of plucked this random Navy SEAL out of who knows where, who doesn't do any speeches, doesn't really talk to a lot of people. He's avoiding debates with Thomas Massie. But the reason that they want this guy as opposed to Thomas Massie is because this guy would just give the rubber stamp no matter what. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. But Thomas Massie, he is during COVID. You know when they decided to shut the government down and to pass the law that gives the STEMI check?
Yes.
Yeah. So the STEMI check was like it was popular because we all got money from the government. We're like,
yeah, everybody
oh
loved it.
wow,
Yeah.
we got this check. It's signed by Donald Trump.
Mhm.
Or we got this little card that where we can. It feels like free money, but dude, that caused the largest wealth transfer
Oh yeah.
from the lower to middle class to the upper class, because all of us are all focused on like the tangible cash that we have, and everybody who was vested in stocks,
Mm-hmm.
they just quadrupled their shit.
Oh yeah, it was yes.
Mhm.
Everybody did like the stimulus check at the time, but it really didn't have a great result. I
Mhm.
mean, you want to know why there's such a margin between middle class and upper class right now? It only grew that margin.
Mhm.
Just the same way with any kind of giant move like that. They'll blind you one way. Hey, here's $900. We're gonna make $900 million.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, well, I got $900 in my bank account this morning. Let's go to Chili's. Woo! Like, bro,
That's good.
what's really going on right now? You're not looking, bro. You're not looking at the big picture. And I
Mhm.
wasn't either. I was happy I had $900.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. We're going to get drunk tonight, turning up.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not a good move, bro. It's
Mhm.
not a good move.
And they passed this during COVID, so everybody in Congress, they were ready to get out, right, to
Yeah.
go back home or whatever. But Thomas Massie literally drove his truck from Kentucky to DC to try to stop this
To
bill.
protest it?
Yeah, no, to be the only no vote, and not
Oh,
only
okay.
the only no vote, to force everybody in Congress to appear in Congress and debate the issue. Everybody hated him so much. Everybody. They were like, you're going to kill us because COVID is out there and you're making us all go to the building
He
right
caught a
now.
lot of slack for it, huh?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't assassinate him, honestly.
That's kind of I mean, they gotta get better. They gotta get better at that, dude.
Yeah. A year later, his wife died.
Really?
Yeah. And now, but the reason I mentioned Massie, because I mean, Massie has been the only like shining light that I see in Congress right now. Him and Marjorie Taylor Greene, but he's the reason the Epstein files got out, and he's the reason why a lot of these like war powers resolutions didn't proceed in order to give the White House more power to go to war with Iran.
Mhm.
Like he's been like everything that Trump ran on. He's the only one who's been voting for those policies.
He's actually doing it. He's
Mhm.
actually pushing it. Yeah, no, I feel like the carpet's been pulled out from under my feet too, because I'm not one that's very political,
Mhm.
but I knew that Trump, at least for what he was running on,
Mhm.
was a better way to go, right?
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah, no new wars.
No, dude, that was the biggest thing. We don't need to be over there. And then and I heard his theory on it. It's, hey, we had to go in, step in for 36 days, and we're stepping out. Now there's a ceasefire and all this. But you said we were done with that. We're
Mhm.
not going to do that no more.
Yeah.
And you haven't even been in office a couple months, and now we're
Yeah.
doing this. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are you lying? Like, this is the only reason you were put in there is for no more wars.
Mhm.
But now I know there's a bigger picture, and eventually it'll be brought out of why we did that or whatever. Everybody has their conspiracy theories.
I don't know if it'll ever be brought out. Like we still don't know who killed JFK.
That's crazy. And he said on Rogan, yes, I will release. I didn't do it last term because there's people still alive. It could have, they could have gotten in trouble or whatever.
He said he was going to up until Mike Pompeo, the CIA director, said, if you release these files, there will be unrest in this country for the foreseeable future.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But he did anyway. When he got elected, he went into the White House and he signed the executive order.
But nothing's happened from that.
To release some files got released. He even gave the pen that he signed it with to RFK to like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
this is your gift, man.
for your father. Yeah.
Exactly. And dude, last week, what would they say? This week, Anna Paulina Luna and Tulsi Gabbard, they all revealed that the CIA raided
I know. I just read this last night.
the ODNI office to take all this JFK files back because she was like trying to unclassify.
She was trying
MK Ultra, dude.
MK Ultra is the world is worst. I mean,
Experiment.
well, just all the other stuff that they were responsible for, not just the experiments, but there's so much negative that came out of that, and so many people were hurt in different kind of ways with Agent Orange and all that. Right? It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we could do this forever, brother, but I have to drive to Houston.
Yeah. No, let's wrap it. Anything that we didn't talk about that you think we should talk about?
No, that you're a great boss. You're a hell of a guy to work for, and that if I didn't appreciate you so much as a person, right, I would have never done this. I would have probably blown you off, to be honest. But I love you as a person. I love your character. I love the fact that you try to bring everybody up with you, especially in our company. There's a lot of like, hey, I'm out for me and me only. You're like, hey, a rising tide lifts all boats, right? And I think you're very that kind of mind person, and I love that. And that's what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about just show you appreciation for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're not going to be working together much longer because I'm going to Houston or Brookshire.
Yeah.
But I am grateful for the time that we did work together. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. It's just don't feel like that now that you're in Brookshire, like the doors closed and stuff like that. Like, please, I would love for you to come back if you want to come back alone or you want to bring a buddy on or whatever. Like, shoot the shit. Like, I genuinely enjoy talking to everybody, and obviously, like this conversation has been really
Yeah, I know it's a
Really
little
cool
doom and
too.
gloom a little bit. You know,
No, no, no.
my
There's,
story's not always bad, you know, but
I mean, you're here, man. You're chipper.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't keep an ace down, brother. You know, I mean, shit, it ain't all bad. Life's
But
good.
hey, thanks for coming, Frank Katsulis. We'll see you next time, hopefully.
All right,
At
brother.
least.
Thank you.